the last thing before we break is, as I was preparing for y'all to be here, that's going to be annoying. I'm going to turn this off. I don't know what happened. I kept having this word, which Jack's already spoke, surrender, come to me. And I was like, wait, but this is all about creativity and, getting things done that have been calling to us or that we just must do. And I felt the nudge to share a personal story of surrender that those of you who have met me before today know my hair used to be real long. And
like 5 days ago. I was going to say, your hair used to be what?
Real long.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Since I was in junior high, quite long. And I've been on in my journey with Jesus, leading up to Easter, and then in the days since Easter, for about 40 more days, he just keeps pointing out things that I'm holding on to. Either thinking I need this to do what I need to do, or I need this to be me. Or even just last week, I was nudged to lay down. I'm like a ritualistic comfort person, like very much so. And I love warmth, and I love cozy, and I love liquids, and I love, I love food. And he just kept pointing to all these things that I love, that are good, that I will go back to. But I felt this invitation to lay even these comforts down and practice being comfortable without all these things that I normally rely on for comfort. So it's been 6 or so weeks of surrender after surrender after surrender. Like a month ago, it was makeup and jewelry and fashion, because I love all those things. And I feel kind of vulnerable without them, and not totally myself. And so on Friday, I was walking down to City Park, which, that's another thing. If anyone doesn't know this neighborhood and you want to go for a walk, just ask me or someone that lives in the neighborhood here, like my sister, Kelly, and we'll point you in the direction of City Park. Lakes galore and geese galore and the mountains and the sun. Anyway, I was walking and I was leaning on the stoplight for Colorado Boulevard, and I was like, thank God you haven't asked me to do anything about my hair. And in the moment, I don't know if you've ever had like a question or an exclamation, like I will never or I will always, and then all of a sudden you're like, that's both. I'm about to experience a great reversal of whatever I just stated. And so I kind of was like, surely no. And then I was like, oh, are you just being an extremist? And I had all this mental, like, is it just in your head? Wrestling, negotiating. But for about 12 hours. And then I woke up the next morning and I went on another walk around City Park. And by the time I got home, I'd messaged my girl, Julie, that you guys will meet. She works at Great Clips in our neighborhood. Hi, Jean. And she happened to be working on Saturday. And I had this thing of like, there are some surrenders that have to build until the right time. That's like its own trust. And there are some surrenders, and this was Saturday, where it was like, don't wait for tomorrow or after. I was like, I want to wait. I did. I was like, I want to wait after Cultivate so I can have my cool hair and like.
It looks so good.
Thank you. Or a trip or whatever. And it was like, there are some surrenders, and this was one where I felt, because I know Jesus loves me, I felt him say, it's just too heavy. I want you lighter.
Wow.
Yeah, I want you lighter. Hi, Steph. Hello. Stephanie. I do short names. This is Stephanie, or Steph to me. Welcome, love.
Thank you.
Grab a chair, or if you feel like standing, feel like
Stephanie. And this is Rebecca. I had to look at her name tag.
Rebecca's in the house. So I'm sharing that because sometimes, and part of why I love listening to stories and why I love sharing stories is because I believe we find some clues for our own story when we really listen to the stories of each other. And so as I was praying about it, I really felt the nudge to share it in case you have something to surrender with. And I think the other thing I want to say about this surrender was not all surrenders feel easy. I didn't want to cut my hair. I really didn't. But I knew the good and the joy was coming, but I had to go through the hard a little bit. So I want to say a blessing to you if you feel like you're being drawn to surrender something. And we're talking like in anything, like body, mind, spirit, relationships, work. The nudge is the lightness and the joy always comes. The fresh start always comes. But for me in this surrender, I didn't need to know how and when that would be. I just needed to cut my hair. And so I don't know if this will gross anyone out, but I was like, I wanted to show you guys I did like for a little. So that's how long it was. And I was like, yeah. It's in here because it's going to this like wigs for kids or something like that.
Can I ask how many years do you think that comprises?
Since I was in junior high, I haven't had short hair. So that's 40 years. I haven't realized 40. I love 40.